Hey everyone, it's November 21st, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with serial killer Jeffrey Lynn Feltner, who murdered at least 7 victims in the late 1980s. And this is the only photo I could find of this guy, right up there. Born in Miami in 1962, Feltner's parents split up 3 months before he arrived, and he was raised by his mother, with his father moving away to Michigan and not being involved in his life. His early years were spent in South Florida, but in 1979 he moved to Melrose, a community in north central Florida, roughly 50 miles from Jacksonville. He was a loner in high school, perhaps due to being the new kid in town, perhaps because when fully grown he was just 5 foot 3 inches and 100 pounds, but more likely due to being a young gay man at a time when it was difficult to be open about it. Feltner found acceptance at gay bars in the area, but during a sexual encounter at one such facility contracted HIV. After graduating school, he didn't have much direction in his life, but in 1986 his mother helped him find employment at a nursing home where she worked as a nursing assistant. He excelled in his work, being promoted after just a few months and was placed in charge of other nurses' aides, and was generally considered a model employee who was well liked by his coworkers and patients at the facility. In 1987, he took a leave from work to seek out his father, who he found in Michigan, and returned after 2 months. Upon his return to work, patients at the facility began to die at a rate higher than might be expected based on their condition. Since they were elderly, their deaths didn't raise suspicions, and in April of 1988, Feltner called an anonymous hotline and confessed to an operator that he had killed 5 patients and would likely kill again. The police investigated and interviewed Feltner, but no charges were filed at that time due to a lack of evidence. During the investigation, he placed another anonymous call and confessed to attempting to kill again, but authorities didn't believe his claims and dismissed it as a crank call. He was then charged with making harassing phone calls and filing false reports and was sentenced to 4 months in prison. Upon his release, he moved to Daytona Beach, where he found work at another nursing home. Maybe don't hire someone that has confessed to killing 5 people at a different nursing home? Just a thought, but I'm not a recruiter, so maybe he was the best candidate. An elderly patient soon died, and Feltner skipped out on work, but soon got a job at a different nursing home because no one ran background checks at that time, I guess. A patient at this home died, and Feltner had a breakdown, seeking help from a mental health center, then calling a local TV station to whom he confessed to killing at least 7 victims. He was finally arrested and freely confessed to killing his victims, saying he had done so to relieve their suffering. 5 of the dead had been cremated, but 2 were able to be exhumed and examined for evidence of having been smothered. A trial was scheduled for early 1990, at which time he recanted his confession and said that he had lied in order to bring attention to the conditions in the nursing homes where he had worked. Nonetheless, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and accepted a sentence of 25 years in prison, though by this point his HIV had advanced to AIDS and he died behind bars just 3 years later. Did he murder 7 or more victims, or was he a mercy killer? Did he even kill anyone, or was it all a lie? With Feltner's death, we'll never really know for sure. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Jeffrey Lynn Feltner, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.